California's day of reckoning is here. We are in the midst of the greatest economic crisis since the Great Depression. In the past 18 months, 1/3 of the world's wealth has vanished. And because of that, and because of California's outdated and volatile tax system, our revenues have dropped 27% from last year. And I've proposed the necessary cuts to the three largest areas of our budget, which is education, healthcare, and prisons. I know the consequences of those cuts are not just dollars. I see the faces behind those dollars. I see the children whose teachers will be laid off. I see the Alzheimer's patients losing some of their in-home support services. I see the firefighters and the police officers who will lose their jobs. People come up to me all the time, pleading, "Governor, please don't cut my program." They tell me about how those cuts affect them and their loved ones. I see the pain in their eyes, and I hear the fear in their voice. And I hear the demonstrations outside of our Capitol. It's an awful feeling, but we have no choice.
After listening to the governor, I certainly believe that he understands the seriousness of the situation, and we appreciate his willingness to be a partner in finding serious solutions. And as you know, we just spent the last several months since we solved the initial deficit at the beginning of this year working in close partnership around May 19th election. Right now, our open conference committee is continuing to review the governor's proposals in a very public and diligent way. Not all of the governor's proposals, however, make sense to us. Should we be the only state without a safety net? Should we eliminate efficient programs that bring in federal money? There are tough decisions ahead, but we also have to make sure that we make smart decisions. Everything does have to be considered, but we have to be creative and we have to be courageous in taking the steps to solve this problem. In addition to closing the budget deficit, as I mentioned before I introduced the pro tem, both houses are preparing to enter into a very serious reform process where we're going to look at the role of government. We're going to look at the agencies and departments, some of which the governor mentioned. We're going to see where we might be able to consolidate, how we eliminate inefficiencies, and how we are able to really reduce our expenses while making sure that at least we have some semblance of a safety net and recognizing that we do have to make serious cuts, but not accepting that in this crisis we have to eliminate programs completely, such as Healthy Families, such as Cal Grants, etc. We know that there will be cuts, but the wholesale elimination, I believe, would completely reshape the state of California, and I don't believe that reflects the quality of life that Californians would like to have.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Agree with all that you said. First of all, let me praise the governor for what I call a can-do speech. I think that he appropriately put out here that it is way too early for California to throw in the towel here, and that we do have an opportunity over the next weeks to in fact show the pundits around the nation that we can continue, and emphasize continue, the work that we began in February to resolve what is now amounting to nearly a $60 billion budget deficit. It is our job to take the governor's May revise, of course, and use our conference committee and use our co-equal branch of government to respond, and respond we will. Our job is to minimize the harsh in harsh realities. And I agree with the Speaker that we must continue to find a way, even in these most difficult times, to invest in health care for children, to invest in college opportunity and college scholarships for the young people of California, to continue to invest in helping people transition from assistance to work, one of the most successful programs we actually have in the state of California, to do all that we can to invest in local government and public safety. And so we need to be surgical about the way we go about cutting. and cut we will. But there is also a tremendous opportunity to restructure the way we govern. It is no secret that 31 years after the passage of Proposition 13, that our levels of government are so tangled up with one another that the public is rightfully frustrated because they don't know who raises the money and who has the responsibility for providing the services. And this is a unique opportunity to take some of what the state currently does and shift it to local governments and maybe school districts themselves and give them more ability to deal with the revenue side of their equation so that there is a relationship between who raises the money and who provides the service. That may not be now a reform luxury that we can look at over the course of many months or many years. We may need to do that now in order to mitigate this very, very difficult situation.